Now let's start to explore Techlify HR's leave functionality. Now if we go to an employee's profile and let's go to Mana's profile, you'll see there's a leave tab at the bottom here. And if you open that leave tab, you'll see a summary. There's a history option where you can see a history, and then you can see accruals. Now let's just add some data so we can better understand this. So firstly, accruals. What are accruals? Accruals are basically the leaves that were accrued or received by an employee. So in Mana's case, she had hit her Q1 goals at the end of March, right? And because of that, her bonus is that she was granted 5 vacation days by the company. So let's go ahead and add that. We can say that, hey, on March 31st, Mana gained 5 vacation days. There you go. And this is a bonus for completing our Q1 goals, rather accomplishing. Right, so we can add an accrual, and that's how you manually add an accrual to an employee. Now if we go back to leave summary, now you'll start seeing records popping up. So this summary will show for each different type of leave that an employee has. You'll see a row here. You will see how many days were accrued. In this case, Mana accrued 5 days. How many days were used, how many unpaid days, because there is a concept of paid and unpaid, and then how many were total were used, and then how many are available. So this gives you an overview of this. And Mana did use a couple of her vacation days. So on April 3rd and April 18th, she did use 1 day each. So let's go ahead and add that. So I can add that leave. Now our leave form is pretty extensive. So here's where you go about to add leave for an employee if an employee used a leave day. And it's similar to the absent form. So you'll specify, hey, which salary it was, if it's a single day or a period. So you can, for a period, you will start at that, end of that. In this case, Mana used her leave day on April 3rd. And again, you can even specify if the employee was off for the full day or part of the day. We'll see that 8 hours gets pre-filled here because Mana works 8-hour days. And by default, the first type of day that Mana has available gets filled here for you. All right. So we'll say that, hey, this is a paid leave. It was 1 day on April 3rd. And then we'll just hit save for that. And similarly, we'll add the one for April 18th for Mana, right? So she also took a single vacation day, and you'll see the available days got updated here after we added the first one. And I'll just go ahead and hit save. Now, a couple of things happens here. One, you'll notice leave days used increased, right? Again, unpaid remains the same. So if we had added that, hey, this is an unpaid leave rather than a paid leave, then this value would get increased. Now, unpaid days do not deduct from the employee's leave balance, but it does deduct from their salary at the end of the month because they're not paid for that day. It's not a paid leave day, right? And then you can see her leave balance as well went down to 3 days. And now her history tab is also populated. So if we go to leave history, we'll see that, hey, on April 3rd, Mana used one of her vacation days. This is the cost to the company, and you know what salary it was related to. And the salary is important because based on the salary she was earning at the time, or the salary this leave is linked to, the system will be able to calculate what the cost of that day is to the company. And similarly, on April 18th, we see Mana also use a vacation day. So now we have a general view of the leave summary for Mana. So let's just take a step out and go back to the leave tab. When we land here, you have a summary. If you go to accruals, you'll see all the days that she would have accrued. And then if you go to history, you'll see a full history of Mana's days.